Yo, what is going on, guys? Top Rogue here, aka the Light Skin Gamer LSG, and welcome to the PC Gaming Showcase. In today's episode, I'm featuring a game called F.E.A.R Online. Now, if you were familiar with the F.E.A.R franchise back then on the Xbox 360 and PS3, I was familiar with F.E.A.R 2 and F.E.A.R 3. Those were some amazing games, and I really enjoyed them. And when I heard about F.E.A.R coming over as an online title, free to play, I was like, why not? I might as well go ahead and try it. But I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the trailers for this game a long time ago, because I want to know what was happening with F.E.A.R, come to find out they're making a free-to-play title, and I'm not gonna lie, this game looked like complete booty. I'm not even gonna lie. If you just look at the character models' hands though, and the guns in the background, maxing the game out and everything, it still looks like crap. It's just so outdated. And then if you go on the page for it, all the reviews are damn near negative of people saying how bad the game looks, how it's a pay to win, and you're better off playing F.E.A.R 2 and stuff like that. Now, I didn't want to go ahead and jump on some bandwagon just because a bunch of people are going through the reviews saying stuff about the game. I might as well at least try it out first before I go ahead and say something negative about the game, because I want to go ahead and experience it before I say anything. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So F.E.A.R Online features PvP and PvE, which is basically players versus AI control, like missions and stuff like that. And PvP is just players versus different players across the world, stuff like that. And one thing I would like to say is the tutorial when you first start actually felt like F.E.A.R. Like, I felt like I was playing legit F.E.A.R for a second. And when I got that shooting and it went in slow motion, man, I lost it. I was so happy. I was like, this feels like F.E.A.R 2. And I got so happy by playing this. I was like, I can't wait to play the rest of this game. I was like, this has to be good. Oh yeah, there's also something in the game called crafting, which allows you to craft exclusive items that you get by playing the game. You cannot buy these exclusive items, so that's actually a pretty good thing, that you can actually be able to get exclusive items by playing the game instead of rewarding players who just spend money. So I thought that was very cool, and I support that. Keep on doing that. And they give you the hammerhead for free when they take you through the crafting tutorial. I thought that was pretty dope. And they also got something called psionics in the game. Psionics are basically, I would say, perks and death streaks in Call of Duty. You can get different psionics that actually give you a buff of health if you're getting pooped on. It kind of resembles Juggernaut in a way. And also you get different psionics throughout the game and stuff like that. Now, some can be for PvE and PvP, or some can just be banned in different game modes. And it shows you which ones are allowed in different game modes. So at least they got through that right. Now let's go ahead and move on. I would have to say, taking the gameplay and the graphics aside, gameplay, it feels really arcadey. Graphics, they look horrible. So if you're one of those people who just can't bear to look at a horrible looking game, I would recommend not getting this, because at first the game will look like F.E.A.R 2, and then when you play the PvP, it looks like Combat Arms. So it's like a really weird thing going on, and I really don't understand it. But that's just how the game was made. One thing I really do not like in this game is the fact that guns don't have recoil. Now, it may look like it did for a second, but I stopped and shot at multiple walls, just holding the trigger. My gun didn't move. Even with an AK-47, the iron sights just jumped a lot. But my bullet spread didn't change. I don't like that. I love if guns have recoil. I hate it whenever guns just shoot like laser beams. It feels really casual in my opinion. So I really wish they would have done that differently, or in a future update, just make the gun shake or something. Like, add some recoil, add something to it to make some kind of skill, because all players do in this game, especially in PvP, is just hold and spray the trigger. And as you can see on the screen, PvP looks a lot different from the actual game somehow, and all you have to do is just hold the trigger in this game. There's no burst firing, and then even if I did burst fire, it still doesn't move. It feels just like how I am when I'm spraying. So burst firing is null and void. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this PvP felt extremely basic. It felt generic. I didn't like it that much. And I noticed how good I was doing because it was so casual and it was so easy to actually poop on people in this game, because there's no recoil. The AK-47 out of all weapons didn't have recoil, and I was really surprised at this. I was like, something's not right. I was like, this gun should be jumping all over the place, but Apparently in F.E.A.R Online it doesn't. Now sometimes in some of the maps you may see Alma here and there. I didn't encounter her at all when I was playing through most of the maps. And then there are some creepy rooms, like as you can see right there, going in like a slaughterhouse or whatever, or there's something called the Night Mansion and stuff like that, where there's like a bunch of blood and gore all over the place. So those are pretty nice touches. Now another thing about blood and gore is the fact that when you actually shoot a player's head off, on their screen it shows like broken glass, like a bullet hole, but as you see, their head is completely off. There is no, oh, the player just falls, or the player has like some weird physics where he floats in the air like on Killzone 1. But no, if you shoot somebody with a shotgun, they're done. It's complete. It's kaput for them. Like, it literally, the gore in this game is pretty good in my opinion. The gore was a beautiful touch, but I don't know, man. It's so generic. It's like the gore can't save it from how generic the game is. Now, if it would have added some recoil, got rid of that generic ass HUD, maybe it'd be a little different. Now let's go ahead and move on to the PvE. The PvE is where this game actually shines. I do love the PvE in this game. I played it twice on different, on the same scenario. Easy. We couldn't even do it. And I saw a review of this game the morning I went to work, and somebody said the same thing about the PvE. It's extremely difficult, even on easy. And I was like, oh, maybe he's just garbage. Maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. I'll go ahead and try it. We couldn't even do it because you had to run from a tunnel of flame. And also, when I walked down the hallway and a flood of zombies just came through, and then it just literally, everything just changed from there. Like, it was, at first it was a bunch of replicas you were shooting, and then it moved to these zombie-like creatures and stuff like that from the F.E.A.R series. And I was like, yo, this is actually getting better. Like, it gets progressively worse every single time you play. Then there's even mini bosses and boss battles in this game. I miss boss battles in first person shooters. I thought that was a beautiful touch. But man, I'm just saying, like, the PvE is actually good. That actually saved it a little bit. And the PvE made it feel like F.E.A.R in a way. The PvP did nothing. The PvP felt, it was generic. I say PvP. The PvP was generic. The PvE felt like F.E.A.R. So with that being said, if you want to go ahead and give this game a try, and you enjoyed the F.E.A.R series, and or if you just liked F.E.A.R in general, I recommend you go ahead and give the PvE a try. If you want to try PvP, go ahead, but I don't know if you'll like it. Trust me, because I really didn't. Now let's go ahead and move on to the final verdict. The final verdict, I will go ahead and have to say that this game, it has its issues. I understand why people gave it such bad reviews because of the pay-to-win system and stuff like that. Because some, actually, the guns that have that you pay extra money for actually have 1 damage point more than the regular guns. That really doesn't make much of a difference, but I think you actually end up paying 30 days just to get a character in the game. You don't actually keep the character with the actual real money that you pay for. You have to do it like every month, so that's kind of horrible and just didn't click with players. So I would go and have to give this game a rating. I can't even get my words out because I'm laughing. I will go ahead and rate this game. I'll be honest, I give it a 6 out of 10 because the PvP is just horrible. It's outdated graphics. The tutorial felt like F.E.A.R. If the rest of the game would have looked like that, I wouldn't have had a problem. But the PvE was really good. The weapon selection is actually pretty nice, but I don't know, man. It's just like the PvP just completely was like, it was gone. Like, it didn't feel like F.E.A.R at all. It felt like it was another game, and that's not a good thing. So my final verdict is a definite 6 out of 10. So that's it's a like, I don't know what to say. So thank you guys for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below on another free-to-play game you want me to review. And also, while you got some time, go ahead and check out the Minority Show on YouTube. It is me and my brother sketch comedy group, and we got some pretty funny stuff on there. So if you want to go ahead and see me and my brother doing some wacky skits or whatever, go ahead and check it out. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, and that is it, guys. Tyro is out.